Yilmaz, and I'm from room 18 at Lexington Elementary, and we are the
Wardell Warriors.
These are my buddies Amjed, Noiel, and Gorgess from Iraq, my buddy Akuar from Sudan, and Juan and Jocelyn from Mexico. Pretty cool, huh? Give them all a round of applause. Let's hear how their families came here.
Well, we first lived in Egypt for about 5 years before trouble came and we had to leave. So we decided to fly to USA. We first landed in New York, but after a day, we flew to ElCajon, San Diego.
Before we came to ElCajon, we first went to Turkey. My dad had a really good friend of his who helped us a lot.
We were in Iraq. Then we went to Lebanon, where a lot of our uncles, aunts, and cousins lived before coming here.
My dad had to leave Sudan when war broke out. He was separated from his family more than 13 years. He also walked more than 1,000 miles to Ethiopia before he came to America.
Both my parents are from Mexico, but they're from very different places. My mom comes from Guadalajara and my dad comes from Querétaro. They drove over 1,500 miles just so they could get to Tijuana so they could cross the border.
My dad came here on a bus with his brother from Guerrero, Mexico. He was only 13 years old before he decided to leave his family behind.
What were you or your family's first impressions when you first came to the U.S.?
My dad felt weird because he didn't know the language.
My dad was confident because he knew the language very well. Well, at least he knew the basics to get around. My mom was a bit scared because she did not know the language that well.
My family had to leave. My family's first impressions was the beauty of the city. The city was very bright at night and it was really, really cold.
We arrived here in 2010. When we arrived here, there was a big party waiting for us. There was food, barbecue, and we even got some presents. I was really happy because one of my cousins, they wanted to play with me and hang out with me all the time. As you can see, my first impressions were happy and excited.
Well, Gorgess, buddy, our stories are really alike. My family arrived here in September 2009. On our first day, we saw a store with lots of lights and people hanging out. And we were like, wow, every day in America is like a party.
Well, like when we arrived in the USA, we actually landed in New York. So, and it was really cold. Like, I'd never been this cold my whole life. It's probably because we didn't have like winter puffy jackets. We just had normal jackets. But like, here's the down part. We had to wait outside the port, which was freezing cold, for about like 10 minutes before a van came up, and my whole family just rushed in because of how cold they were. So like the van was like taking us to a hotel. And as we're getting to the hotel, I see this island. It was really far away, but and it had the Statue of Liberty on it, which was pretty cool. But back then, I didn't even know what it was. But I kind of recognized it because I see it on a lot of TV shows and like in videos.
Anyone who leaves family behind ends up missing home. I know that's true of my family. My mom talks on the phone all the time.
Well, I kind of like mostly miss the friends in my school because in Egypt I went to school up to like 3rd grade, and I also miss the food there, like hummus tahina.
Oh, it's so good.
My family wants to go back. My family wants to visit Iraq and their relatives. Because they love them and they want to take care of them, but they can't because there's a war.
We did miss our relatives. We missed our uncles, aunts, and cousins. Sometimes I even hear my mom talking on the phone with them, especially on Sundays.
My family miss their homeland because they're always talking about it. They also miss their families and friends. My mom is always on the phone talking to her mom and dad.
My dad misses his lonely ranch, and he misses his quiet neighborhood. My mom misses the food, the games, all that good stuff, but most of all, she misses her family. I know that's true because he always calls my grandma.
My dad misses his homeland because how he remembers it. He remembers the stuff he used to do as a child, like killing birds, as he liked to call it, hunting, and building a guitar. But most of all, he missed his family.
So if you liked it, why did you leave?
My dad left because he wanted his independence and a different life.
My dad left because he wanted a better opportunity, a better life, and a better job, and he didn't want to be separated from his family. My mom wanted a better opportunity, a better life, and a better job so she could help her parents in Mexico.
My dad had to leave because it was dangerous and there was war. He also left for a better education for himself and his future kids.
We left because somebody actually threatened my brother to kill him. My mom got scared and we decided to leave. My mom said that we would have a better life in America, and as you can see, I do have a better life.
Like most of us here, mostly parents, they left their homeland for a better life. One of the most important reasons my family left their homeland is because a lot of people were getting killed every day and we were getting afraid.
Well, we left because there was war and I was like only 2, so like I barely know my aunts and my uncles. I think it's kind of sad, but then in Egypt, I lived there for about 5 years until another war broke out, which actually made me really sad. And we had to leave again, and we had to go to the USA.
As you've heard, our parents made very difficult sacrifices for us, so we'd like to give them a shout out.
I love you, Dad.
We love you.
Love you, Dad.
And as you can see, we're all from different places, but we're all really good friends. Thank you for listening.